First of all, if you're working today, what the heck is wrong with you? You got to renegotiate that, you know what I'm saying? But if you are working today, you know what? My hope for you is you get quadruple overtime on Labor Day, because you deserve it. Or maybe you're watching or listening to this later, whatever. I was not going to do a live stream today. I really wasn't. This is the first Labor Day I've approached. I've done other holidays, but this was like, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I'll just kind of chill and take the day off. Most people are either on vacation or not working or sleeping in as you deserve to. But oh no, I couldn't do it because I'll be honest with you. From this past Friday through the weekend to even this morning, I was not doing my due diligence. I got to be honest. From the start of the weekend on, I was enjoying like fun things, you know, American things, football, the pool, baseball, family time, and I was not doing my due diligence, paying attention like I normally do for you guys of the lunatics, but turns out they were in full force. In fact, the TDS lunatics, that would be Trump derangement syndrome, were trying to tell you, they started this online social media campaign saying that Trump was dead, that the president was dead, and celebrating it. He's not, of course. He's totally fine. We've got visual and audio proof of that, but, you know, and it struck me, as much as a lot of people, I put myself in this category, just absolutely despise the Biden presidency because the damage they did. That's just my opinion. I never wished that kind of ill on the guy. But that's what we're dealing with here. That's what the lunatics are all about. So I had to talk about that, as well as something fascinating that's going on in not only the UK, but Australia, Japan, really? Ireland. They're finally waking up and pushing back against what's happened with their immigration status. Let me tell you something. Those examples, Japan may be an exception. Those are the countries we don't ever want to be. And a lot of this was led by the guy who has the biggest X account in the world, the guy that owns the social platform, Elon Musk. He's calling it the rape of Europe. But what happened here, and this is kind of a weird thing to talk about on an American holiday, but the pushback that happened over the weekend and continues today is amazing to watch. I kind of feel like we should actually support them. Voter ID is strongly on the table because Trump came back from apparently the dead to talk about that as well. But the real reason why I wanted to do a show today, they're trying to tell us that there is a new top condiment. That's right. Topping ketchup and mustard at your barbecue today for Labor Day. I'm not having it. I will not have it. Anyway. Let's get to it. Thanks for being here. I appreciate your time, even on Labor Day or later on whenever you're seeing or watching this. It's a Wicked Radio live stream, part of Wicked Wisdom with Bill Adams, all the socials, including your audio podcast, wherever you like to get those. Let's get right to it. A friend of mine yesterday actually had contacted me in a joking kind of way, and he says, aren't you glad that Trump was out golfing? He's alive after all. And like I said, my setup to this, my little preamble was I wasn't paying attention to Friday to on. I was just kind of like, having fun with friends, going out to dinner, watching a lot of sports, chilling out basically, which is what you should do on Labor Day weekend. So I was not doing my job for you, which is I keep track of the lunatics and let you know what's going on and the insane people so you don't have to. And I said to my friend who updated me on that, and I said, what do you, I don't even know what you're talking about. I got to be honest with you. He goes, oh yeah, no. From Thursday through yesterday, all the TDS lunatics were trying to tell you they tried to start this thing that Trump was dead. I said, really? He said, oh, yeah, because he hasn't been seen. I guess there was no photo ops. Okay, right. Well, he's alive. We have visual proof because he was out golfing.
Bravo!
My superstar.
Nice to meet you, sir.
Thank you. Hi, Mr. President.
Looks alive to me. And he did respond to this, apparently. I don't know why. Maybe he was actually trying to get some other things done, and apparently he was. But the video went everywhere, did some interviews at the White House, and then he posted on Truth Social, I'm alive and well. Never felt better. So there you go. Now, not only alive and well, but this is kind of like the rebound effect that Trump's always really good at. Not only alive and well, but hitting the lunatics, the TDS people, even stronger with what might be the issue they hate more than anything. Voter ID is not only alive and well, it is firmly implanted in the minds of almost everybody these days. Now, I'm here to warn you because this is how these things go. Watch for the pushback on this, which has actually already began. This is fascinating. This tells you how afraid people who want to cheat elections are of voter ID. before he came out with the announcement on Truth Social, which I'll read for you exactly just to make sure that I have it right, which is this. Voter ID must be part of every single vote, no exceptions. I'll be doing an executive order to that end. 3 exclamation points. How about that? Also, no mail-in voting, except for those who are very ill and the far away. Only he writes like that. And the far away. We love our far away. We have the best far away. Military. Use paper ballots only. That's in capitals. President DJT. Now, interesting. Before this happened, a lot of the, and now we know they're paid. They are, actually. The left influencers, the right people don't have to do that because it's organic. The left influencers, most of them are paid to go on podcasts, do podcasts, get the information out there, try to control the narrative. I'm not saying it's working, but they're definitely paid to do so. Before he came out with this announcement, Sunny Hostin, you may not know her name. She's one of the View people. She was on some podcast somewhere getting ahead of the voter ID announcement, so they had a sense it was coming, and they have to try to shape the narrative for everybody. Now listen to this loon. This is the argument. This is what they have against voter ID.
Don't have cars, don't have driver's licenses. So it's sort of a vestige of, I think, post-slavery laws where black people had to prove their right to vote, and oftentimes they couldn't vote because they couldn't pass some crazy test or they didn't have the appropriate ID. It also affects women that are married. Maybe your passport reflects something that's different on your birth certificate or on your driver.
I know a lot of people. I don't know any woman, any married woman that doesn't have her own ID. None. I don't know anybody in life. It's almost, you would have to work at this day and age, in the technological age, you would have to work very hard to not have an ID. And it clipped a little, but the beginning of what she said there was incredible. Again, this is the beginning of it. You didn't hear what people she's talking about. Hold on.
Don't have cars, don't have drive.
What she said was, black people, many don't have cars. Is that true? Is that really true? Because I got to tell you, she went on. She managed to insult women. She married. If I was a black person, I would be so incredibly insulted at that. Like, you're assuming that they don't have the ability. Number one, this is a new one on me, to get a car or to get vote or to get any form of ID. This is all you're talking about here. So here's why I played her. The reason why they come out with these insane, empty, just vapid arguments is because there's nothing to it. It's all they have. But they're ahead of it, and you're going to hear this a ton this week and going forward. And then there'll be the legal challenges, of course. You can't do that with an executive order. You can't. And you're going to hear all the common terms like they tried before. They're trying to limit your vote. They're trying to they'll turn it around because they project. Trump's trying to cheat elections. He's a dick. He's trying to stay in office forever. Because you simply want to secure the elections. Trump went on. Oh, unfortunately, he's using another Putin reference here, which they always glom onto. But he had a recent interview talking about voter ID, but specifically how mail-in ballots, not paper ballots, are used to cheat elections.
Vladimir Putin said something, one of the most interesting things. He said your election was rigged because you have mail-in voting. He said mail-in voting, every election. He said no country has mail-in voting. It's impossible to have mail-in voting and have honest elections. And he
Unfortunately, it's a Putin reference, so of course they're going to say, of course, see, his buddy Putin is teaching him how to cheat elections. He doesn't want you to vote. Yeah, okay, whatever. Listen to that. There's two ways to take this. Who would know better about cheating elections than Vladimir Putin? I mean, he's president for life, basically. There's that one thing. But honestly, does anybody, but if you feel alone in this issue, you're not. Because most people, if they're brave enough to actually admit it, are very much in favor of securing elections, voter ID only. And the only reason, keep this in your mind as you hear all the nonsense this week and beyond in this battleground, and it's going to be a tough battle. I mean, they're losing their minds over this already, the crazy people, because they want to cheat elections. Okay? Keep that in mind. The only reason why you would be against, in any way, shape, or form, voter ID is you want to cheat an election. It's that simple. Don't listen to like the empty reasoning of people like Sunny Hostin, who actually said a lot of black people don't have cars and married women don't have their own ID. You can't, like, what's the game? Why are they, I always knew they were crazy. But like, what's the game plan here? It's like, are they that? Do they want to insult everybody? That's amazing. I hope she keeps going. Keep insulting black people. Keep telling them that they can't get cars or ID. Keep saying that to married women. They'll turn on you. Absolutely, they will. So that fight's coming. The pushback is going to be insane. All I'm saying is, get ready for it. Hey, speaking of pushback, here's a segue for you. I haven't talked about this, and this is a weird thing to talk about on a very uniquely American holiday with Labor Day, at least the way we do it, to talk about things that are going on in the UK. But not only the UK, also Australia, Japan had a march against this as well. Probably not as intense because their immigration hasn't been so bad, but I think it's been brewing. It took way too long for them to push back because if you know anything about those poor folks, and let's focus on England specifically, maybe even Ireland, their immigration situation, you want to talk about an invasion. And then it led into their court system and their free speech rights, which apparently up until now they have not had because you couldn't dare speak out against this. There was a study that came out yesterday, an average of 30 arrests a day in the UK for people who are, get this, doing videos or reposting something they saw on X that are anti-immigration. Can you imagine? Can you imagine somebody knocking on your door for something a meme, let's say, something like that you reposted and arrested you? And you're saying, well, Bill, that doesn't really happen. That's a big exaggeration. That's fake news. Really? Because at one of these marches yesterday, this lady outside of her building dared to fly a flag, the England flag. And that's all part of the pushback, by the way. They're calling it raise. It's a very English thing. Raise the colors. So they're doing that, the traditional English flag, to say that they want to stand up for their own rights. You don't think they're getting arrested for expression? Here's a lady who raised a flag and got arrested.
But it looks like the police are trying to cause a scene. Look at that! Look what they're doing! Look what the police are doing!
Now tell me that that's overhyped. Tell me that that's not true, right? And you can find on your own, now, sadly, you can find thousands of videos of people as they're getting arrested for something they put on social media. They don't have the rights we do. That's what's happening. But they're rising up, and the rising up is mainly against the crime stats that are happening. Now, a guy that's been going full-scale overboard with it, not overboard because it's necessary, is Elon Musk. X is the #1 news app now in the UK, and I think Australia as well, where all of these protests are happening, and people are organizing now. Here's a little sample. This was in, I don't know which city in England, but this was in... Every one of those people will tell you what they've actually experienced, but have been too afraid to kind of like speak out against it and push back until now because of the two-tier justice system that's happening in their country and others, where you can't arrest some of the so-called asylum seekers, even though they're assaulting people, murdering people, raping people. Elon turned the coin, and it seems like he got this from Trump because it's great persuasion. It's just great imagery. He calls it the rape of Britain, and that's what's really become almost like a trending hashtag on this. But they're pushing back, which is amazing to see. I kind of feel like as an American, and again, this is weird to talk about, especially on Labor Day, a story that's happening in other countries. I feel like we need to support them, though, at least support their rights, because these people have been held hostage by a two-tier justice system for whatever theory you want to talk about. And the conspiracy theorists who have said for years now that this is a UN replacement theory. I mean, a mass invasion of their country where the citizens of the legal citizens of the country basically have no rights, preferential treatment for the newcomers. So-called conspiracy theorists have told you this for years. Do they seem wrong now when you see what's happening? No, they really don't to me. I feel like we should support them. At the very least, keep an eye on what's going on over there, especially if you're a traveler to those countries. Fascinating. I was blown away by the fact that they had marches even in Japan. I've never been to Japan, but fascinating. Really? Have they had immigration problems as well? I don't know. But if you think this is a uniquely American problem, and it goes without saying, this is why they always say that what happens in America leads the world. It's really true because those people saw the pushback against illegal immigration. Don't debate how we're doing it or how we're not doing it. Just the pushback against illegal immigration that 100% inspired them. 100%. So keep an eye on it. Amazing, especially if you plan to travel to the UK. I tell you what, if you're going, I wouldn't post anything until you get home or you're in safe hands because they're arresting people left and right for expressing their opinion. And of course they call it hate speech. Of course they do. That's what we don't ever want to be. All right. Let's make this short and sweet. But I'm telling you, this may be the main reason why I jumped on today. I was going to take today off. No, I got to jump on because it's not the lunatics. It's not the TDS lunatics saying Trump is dead. No. Wasn't that. Wasn't the thing over in the UK. Wasn't the voter ID issue. No, this is the real reason why I wanted to jump on. Not having it. Sometimes you got to push back, and this is our real pushback. Labor Day weekend marks the unofficial end of summer. You got to be firing up the grill somewhere today, either just in your own back patio, backyard. Hopefully you're going to a nice barbecue or cookout or something. New poll just came out. You know, I love my social studies. And it looked at the most beloved condiments in America. That's right. I'm doing a condiment study. That's right. Is it mustard? Is it ketchup? Is it one of the two? It goes back and forth all year. It's a raging debate. This is the stuff we actually care about, right? No, folks, it's neither. They asked 7,000 people. I don't know who did this study. Something stupid. 7,000 people. And the four big ones you're putting on your hot dog or burger in this order going up, ascending. Ketchup, mustard, relish, and mayo. Now, what's the top condiment? Their favorite of all time. This is the first time it's ever come up in this survey, which comes out this time of the year, every single year. What's the top spot? Crowning them all. Mayonnaise. That's right. Mayonnaise is the new top. Now, watch, we're going to find out, like all studies later on. This was like, published by Heinz or something like this. I have no idea, but I don't know. Relish is the most hated of the group. Around 1 in 7 people can't stand it. 4% of us hate ketchup. But it's a passionate 4%, like no ketchup whatsoever. Listen, you come to me for the stories that actually matter, don't you? Right. It's a first for me, but hey, like I said, I wasn't even going to do a show today, but a mayonnaise story. Whatever. Listen, whatever you like to put in your hot dog or hamburger or whatever it is, please enjoy today. A uniquely American holiday. Enjoy your Labor Day. I said at the beginning, if you do have to work today, I hope you get quadruple overtime. Or you got to renegotiate this whole deal where you don't have to work on Labor Day. That's my message to you. Back to more normal stories, I think. Are there ever normal stories? Probably not tomorrow. But in the meantime, thanks for finding me and hanging out on a Labor Day edition of Wicked Radio, all part of Wicked Wisdom with Bill Adams. Find me on the socials and also your favorite audio podcast. Thanks for subscribing as well. Have a great one. Make it safe. Have fun. I'll talk to you tomorrow.